Catalog classic, you shacked in like the Nassus. About to ass like Joseph Jackson, no relaxing, rapping. Yeah. Freddie Gibbs, why you do so cold? It's a lot of cold nights, hunger pains in this bitch, water whipping on this king. It's a lot of choppers, all the dirty guns in this bitch. Who the fuck I trust? Bitch, I trust me, I can never trust these bitches, yeah. Makes my heart break when I see gangsters turn to angels. Yeah, I'm so grateful. It's a lot of, I would probably love to take it, please. God forsaken place I'm in. Hello everyone, welcome back to another 2020s re-listen video kind of thing. Yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling these out, hopefully, before the year ends. I know we only got like a month and a half left, so God, this is gonna be a pain to edit. Anyway, as you can tell from the little intro there, we are looking at Freddie Gibbs. Not only are we looking at Freddie Gibbs, we are looking at his partner in crime, The Alchemist. For those who may know, I have reacted to the latest album, Alfredo 2, that dropped in July. Since we are on the 2020s lesson, we are going to look at the first Alfredo that dropped 5 years ago in 2020. And yeah, we're just gonna have a fun time listening to it, because if you watch my Alfredo 2 video, you know that I really like that album. I think it's up there with Album of the Year contention, but I might have to relook at that list in a bit, considering that the year is starting to end. And since I like the second one, it seems pretty obvious here that I liked the first Alfredo, and you would be correct, because my God, are there so many good songs on this album. Pretty much everything I liked from Alfredo 2, obviously the original had that as well, with 4 less tracks too, so it's a more shorter album. It's a more shorter album, and that's fine. I like my shorter albums. I guess we'll just see how the original one has shaped up over these past 5 years. Spoiler alert, it's probably gonna hold up pretty well, considering that I've listened to some of these songs not too long ago. Because actually, yeah, didn't I say I listened to Alfredo in the lead up to Alfredo 2? Yeah, so I've listened to this one pretty recently, so yeah, I already kind of know how this album's gonna go, but I just want to go through it on video just to have a little conversation, have a little fun time with this album. Where all my pasta lovers at? Where my fucking pasta lovers at, alright? Doesn't this shit look appetizing? I hope so, because my God, it's time. It is so time. Yeah. So Freddie Gibbs, a guy we've already had a couple of albums on already, so I don't really feel the need to explain The Alchemist either. You'll be able to see what The Alchemist produces as this album goes on, and if you also haven't listened to Alfredo 2, it's funny too, because we've already listened to Alfredo 2, and we're going back in time to listen to the original. If you come to this channel for chronological order, you are sadly mistaken, so don't really know what else to say. So with that being said, let's get into the formalities with our genius lore. After reaching out to fellow artist Currency in order to craft the 2018 album Freddie, rapper Freddie Gibbs and legendary producer The Alchemist teamed up for their first official collaborative project, titled Alfredo, with the LP's title being a play on both of their names, and not, yeah, double entendre. Shut up. The name also continues The Alchemist's long-running trend of food-related album titles. The record is also notably inspired by the 1972 iconic movie The Godfather. Gibbs has been teasing the collaboration for almost 10 years, but only on May 27, 2020 did the announcement become official, as he posted a short trailer up on his Twitter profile. At the same time, the track 1985 was released as a promotional single, and the official track list was revealed. Okay, so it's the rollout kind of happened the same way with Alfredo 2. I'm glad that Freddie Gibbs is keeping a bit of consistency with like his collaborators, if you didn't know that. Alright, cool. Let's have some fucking fun. Let's have some fun, Gibbs, Alchemist. Let's eat some pasta. Let's be the Godfather. Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs, The Alchemist, May 29th, 2020. 10 songs, 35 minutes, and 2 seconds. Track number 1, 1985. A track I've definitely mentioned a lot of times before, considering that I have a couple of Freddie Gibbs videos already. God level. What? Yeah, finna up the flows to the God level. Yeah, mic check check. Yeah, quarter thing to a whole thing, whole gang working. Hit a bitch with that extended clip, cane money. Michael Jordan 1985, bitch I travel with the cocaine circus. Down bad. Town. Hey! Hey! Illuminati! Whole thing, such a whole gang working. Ow! Oh yeah, also, sorry, I don't mean to pause in the middle of a track, but I forgot to mention this too. But if you remember from the Alfredo 2 days and the rollout, I had a short where I like kind of was a little mad that I wasn't able to buy an Alfredo 2 vinyl because it sold out immediately. Goddamn, you half Japanese. Luckily for me, Freddie Gibbs knows what restocking is. So basically, booyah! I have finally, I think this is the first time on camera that I've shown that I actually do have the Alfredo 2 vinyl. I was gonna do it when I first got it. I've actually had this like for months now. I just haven't been able to make a TikTok in response to that other TikTok that I made. I don't know, just getting, you know, a guy can be busy from here and there. So yeah, all is well. Thank you, Fredder. Thank you, Alchemist. All is well. Beef is over. I do not need to complete that El Scorcho 1995 remix. I mean, I still could. I mean, anything's possible, but thank you for restocking this vinyl. And it will go very well with the rest of my vinyl collection. So once again, thank you. Thank you to whoever decided to restock this vinyl. It's a very lovely vinyl. And I fucking love ramen. So thank you. Anyway, we can continue. In 85, Michael Jordan, bitch, I travel with the cocaine service. Yeah.
We got everybody in the house,
man. Nah. Alright. Banger, right? Banger? That fucking beat, that guitar line, the etherealness of it all. It's just what a fun way to start it off. I will try to stop mentioning Alfredo 2 a lot, because, like, I mean, they do go hand in hand, but, like, you can definitely tell the connections are there. I mean, I'd hope so, right, with the sequel album. 1995 had that little guitar sample at the second half, which is kind of calling back to 1985, this song right here. And, yeah, starts off blazing. Freddie's flow is amazing, as I will always say. 1985, Michael Jordan, I travel with the cocaine circus. Yeah, Michael Jordan in his rookie year had a very interesting time, because the Bulls weren't really popping off before he got there, basically. And yeah, the 80s were a fucking... yeah, they were a fucking time. 1985 is the first song off of the collaboration album Alfredo from rapper Freddie Gibbs and frequent collaborator and producer The Alchemist. The duo first appeared together in 2018 as they released an album alongside Currency called Freddie. I think there's some sort of beef with Freddie and Currency too. I really haven't looked too deep into it, but apparently they're not on good terms, and I think he might have mentioned it a bit in Alfredo 2. It's just I didn't really look too deep into that. But then again, Freddie Gibbs does kind of have beefs with a lot of people, and sometimes he really just doesn't give a shit. So yeah. Oh yeah, 2020 also had the Last Dance documentary. I remember watching that for a bit. That was a fun little series. Good, you know, good Jordan propaganda. In the 2020 documentary series The Last Dance, Jordan was asked about the Bulls' traveling cocaine circus in the early 80s, to which he famously laughed and said that he had not been partaking. Liar. Jordan explains that when he was a rookie, the team had a preseason event where they were staying at a hotel. He was looking for his teammates and knocking on doors until he found them. I remember this part. I walked in and practically the whole team was in there. And it was like, things I've never seen in my life as a young kid. You got your lions over here, your weed smokers over here, you've got your women over here. The first thing I said, look man, I'm out. Because all I can think about is, if they come and raid this place right now, I am just as guilty as everyone else that's in this room. And from that point on, I was more or less on my own. Yeah, he had a very fun time his early days as a Bull. But man, early Jordan, holy, that was an athletic freak. You want a little history lesson? After the Allied powers had defeated Germany in Europe, the Axis power Japan still vowed to continue World War II in the Pacific. The United States decided to drop 2 newly developed atomic bombs over the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in an attempt to end the war. The second bomb, nicknamed Fat Man, killed an estimate of 40,000 to 75,000 people, with more later dying from radiation exposure. 6 days later, Japan's emperor announced the country's unconditional surrender. Yeah. Boom. Bitch, I fuck up your face with a razor how I make sure your motherfucking family can't view your body. Yeah. Gangster Gibbs, baby. Gangster fucking Gibbs. Of course, the Jay-Z shout. What a great way to start off, right? Doesn't end there. Nope, we just got started. Track number 2. I really gotta start making sure I don't have this shit on shuffle. Holy. Anyway, track 2. God is perfect. According to Gibbs.
Alright, check it out.
Hey, microphone check, 1, 2, mic checker. Mecca, I got the blessing. Oh, he also mentions Waikiki in this album. Hawaii mentioned. That's a brick and ain't no pressure, yes sir. Golf hole balls. Golf hole. What am I saying? Look at this motherfucker, dude. Mic checker, play the Mecca. Engaged in my vein, I got the break, I got the blessing. Ain't no pressure, yes sir. Fuck around, get gangland hit. Yeah. Yes sir. Yes sir. Another visceral track. Another fucking visceral track by Gangsta Gibbs. Let me tell you, Freddie can switch up the flow. You can see these types of heavily sampled ethereal beats that the Alchemist makes. You'll see more jazzy inspired stuff soon, don't you worry.
To understand what's happening in this country.
Track 3. Scottie Beam featuring the biggest boss, Rick Ross. The revolution is the genocide. Don't ask me like Isaiah, that should be ill-advised. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs' IGs and Freddie Gibbs' Instagram runs. Holy. Yo, what's the problem, sir? Sir. Bitches in. The revolution is the genocide. Yeah. I never gave a fuck. Like Kareem, I never lead the Bucks. Judas set Jesus up. The revolution is the genocide. That pussy's televised. Want me a Scottie Beam? Scottie team. No, it's coming. Maybach music. What's good, Rick?
I had a vision back when I got the dollars, motherfucker, nigga, credit scope.
Boss. At Interscope.
Polish my pinnacle. Bitches looking at me, bitches in my ride, I never bring them home. She wore until they hit him with a cannonball.
Bye.
I pray for Gigi, wonder if she'll get to see me next.
Yeah.
You ain't shit without a dollar, yeah. You're the sort of Moses
Yeah. If there's any track where you can, show off your lavish lifestyle, your extravagant day, lifestyle basically, Rick Ross would definitely be a perfect candidate for a song like that. I mean, you can definitely see it's just the talk of two mob bosses just letting you know how life be, telling them I'm at a good point. I'm at a good point in life. Can still do some shit on the side. Of course, also one of the big lines here is about Kobe Bryant and Gigi, because a lot of eventful stuff happened that year. The Kobe Bryant helicopter crash. Very, very shocking story, and it was at the beginning of the fucking year, so what a great way to start off, right? Rick Ross has a well-documented history of experiencing seizures, including an incident in 2011 that forced the plane carrying him to make an emergency landing. In a radio interview, he spoke on learning that lack of rest, amongst other factors, had incited his seizures. Okay, well that's not a good thing when you're having a lavish lifestyle. Song is named after Deani Scott, professionally known as Scottie Beam, an American media personality and model. She is best known as former producer at Hot 97, where she worked for 10 years, and later on as a former co-host on State of the Culture. She currently co-hosts the Black Girl podcast. In awe of being named in a song title on the Alfredo album, Scottie acknowledged this feature on her Instagram page on its release day. Nice. Isn't this? I thought it was also a reference to Beam Me Up, Scottie. Okay, it is. It is. Maybe this is also reference. You know, I don't know. That's what I always thought of it. But you know, looking at it further, yeah, it would make sense why she's mentioned here in this song and not really Star Trek. But that's what happens when you're a fucking loser like me. Shout out to Scottie Beam. Shout out to Star Trek. I've never watched or listened to either, so there's that. Anyway, let's move on. Track number 4, Look at Me.
I'm the kind of man that recognizes talent.
Okay, mob boss. Dialogue sampled originates from the 1974 blaxploitation film The Black Godfather. Yeah, Freddie's a little bit of a film geek, huh? Look at me. This freaking sample, my goodness, guys. My goodness, Mr. Al. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Take a look at me, bitch. Look at me, motherfucker.
Look at me.
Her when I ride in the girl, make a hoe clean off her feet.
Yeah,
Tell her
feet.
what you had. When I start telling crack, I ain't looking back, bitch.
I ain't looking back.
Gonna make a bitch nose bleed to the flow seeds from the nose.
I wouldn't know. I don't partake in that. Like MJ. Me and MJ have something in common, I guess. Look at me. Look at.
The fire is yet to come.
Oh. Next track.
Spill over.
Oh, hey, that's a really that transition though. Next track though, Frank Lucas featuring Benny the Butcher coming.
Mobile, I boost the crime wave. Telling all my hoes that I listen. I sent the Brizzy. The feds want this Michael Thomas, bitch. I'm catching blessings. Police
Okay.
catch, gotta play for the yayo. Man, guess it's a young in the charge. I took that bitch on the trip. On the boat, I fucked them both. Shit was lit. Shit was lit.
I'd guess that'd be a really cool experience.
Fuck rap, bitch. I'm popping off a poppy seed. Bitch, they mamas would've swallowed these. Nigga.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Hey, Michael grew up in Gary, Indiana too. That's why you hear that Thriller laugh. What's good? What's good, Benny?
And look how carefully I stack it. Got you advanced churners loose out convertibles. My bitch gon' be the driver for dog food. If I was making y'all moves, we all lose. So lines to abuse us, now abuse y'all with lines. I'm in this black. Niggas think I be fronts,
Nope.
but I just be talking that real shit.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas not really like shit.
I'm definitely not that. I am definitely not like that. I just listen to the music, my guy.
The pie and the sixes, the butcher coming, nigga.
Butcher coming. Oh. Well, you can tell what's coming up if you listen to this album, but we are going to have to pause it. Holy, nothing lavish about this one. Just straight, chilling, scary horror raps right here. Especially with the beat behind it. I mean, it was very simple, but it's very threatening, I'd say. Especially with someone like Benny the Butcher talking about all the shit he's done. And you know, Freddiegibbs too, because like, if there's people who like to share their experiences through their lyrics and their rapping, it's definitely these two. It's definitely people like those from Griselda. Definitely these guys like to tell you that y'all don't do life like how I did. And yeah, you guys do you. I'll sit here. I'll sit here be a good little nerd out to you guys' music. You know, I'll be fine. Hopefully you guys are doing well in your current life forms. And yeah. I mean, of course, nowadays, a lot of people would say that a collab like this isn't really coming, because, once again, Freddiegibbs and Benny seem to be not on good terms with each other. I don't really know the biggest details, but I'm pretty sure Benny... I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything wrong here, but I think he might have had some involvement with Freddie getting jumped at one of his shows, and I think Freddie still went to go perform on it. And I think Freddie also had a slight diss to him on Alfredo too. Sorry. But yeah, all signs kind of point to them not being on the greatest terms right now, so I don't know if that'll change on a whim. I know Westside Gunn said that he wishes that they'd be able to collab again, you know, put whatever possible beef there is aside, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, who knows? Maybe one day we'll get another collab like this, because I mean, we kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's very raw, it's very threatening, it's very horrorcore-esque. It fits them well. It fits them well. This song is named after Frank Lucas, who was an American drug trafficker that operated in Harlem during the Vietnam War era of the late 1960s and early 70s. He gained notoriety for cutting out middlemen in the drug trade by buying heroin directly from his source in the Golden Triangle in Southeast Asia. Jesus Christ. Why Loki look like JFK? His life story was later adapted into the 2007 movie American Gangster, starring Denzel Washington. Hopefully the movie was good. I don't know. I know Denzel's a really good actor. Chasing Cheddar, of course, I wouldn't care if it's Deutsch. Bank has a history of suspicious activity, most recently being heavily linked to Trump. Oh, great. So lines to abuser now, abuser with lines, of course. You know, couldn't have these guys without a few drug dealing lines. I mean, this whole song is named after a drug dealer, so verified annotation with Benny himself. In the city of Buffalo, New York, a BSF shirt is considered gang shit. They make people take the shit off when they come to parole. Black Soprano family were known as the active gang to the Buffalo Police Department. That's how they got us pegged. Whew, yikes. Unreal stuff. Alright, next track will have one of the most gangster features ever in the history of gangster rap. Something to Rap About, featuring none other than Tyler the Creator. And this fucking beat, just listen to it. And listen to Freddie Gibbs just, you know, serenade you, saying oogie boogie. Scared, maxing out, ratchet bitches acting out. God made me sell crack, so I had something to rap about. I fucked you twice in Vegas, you pussy wasn't to brag about. I'm messing up the lines, my bad. Magnums in some sweet aromatics, yeah. I came equipped. She don't like it, bitch can punch out. Be changing shifts, yeah. Sir, the peace caprice ain't cold G. Fucked up on my taxes, IRS kept me on payment plans, god damn it. Crime pays. Shit wasn't no joke, sitting in that cage and shit was dragging out. Old me. I'm trying to live to 93 to see the old me. Shit, is Freddie gonna still be rapping at 93? That'd be kind of funny. The beat is changing. Beat is getting a little lighter. Ayo. Freddie sent me this shit. This sound like the boat I haven't bought yet. The moment I jumped off it, sunshine and cold water. Say your shit, Tyler. Hey, bigger heads. Doesn't he still say it, businessman? Yeah, he still says businessman. Genius still hasn't changed it, okay. Oh, COVID reference. Sorry, RIPTs, cause these motherfuckers is dead to me. Oh, COVID reference. So keep that energy away from me. Oh, my bad. One take. He's one take Jake. I mean, listen to this beat though. It's like so freaking soothing. I like a lot of the guitar lines here on the first Alfredo.
The thing.
It's melting. It's melting. The beat is melting. Yeah. I mean, with a song like this, or like the song when Tyler comes in, it just feels so very obvious where he'd take it with "Call Me If You Get Lost." Because I know the boat line has been kind of referenced when it comes to "Call Me If You Get Lost." Because there's a video where he talks about where Tyler, you know, seems to be teasing his future projects in his previous works. So like the boat. Obviously, in Call Me If You Get Lost, he does mention a boat a lot about how great of his life is at that point in time. And, you know, it's a really great album. I hope to re-listen to it sometime next year because it'll be 5 years since that album came out, by the way. Yeah, fun stuff. And, yeah, it's just Tyler being grateful, loving his life, loving the success he's had at this point because he's definitely deserved it considering with the success of Igor, Grammy-nominated, Grammy-winning album. yeah, I mean, you definitely tell he's about to get on that boat and have the biggest victory lap in an album of his life so far. And you can't blame him. I can't. I certainly can't. This album's so fucking good. It's The Estates, though, which released 2 years after, but this whole album's still fucking good. So fucking good. And Alfredo's also really fucking good. Of course, Freddie also mentions his life being a little, you know, lavish as well. A little bit of a more Freddie style, a little more darker style. But definitely Tyler's more in the realm of a victory lap and, you know, being grateful for where he's at. Like, I mean, Something to Rap About features Freddie Gibbs and guest Tyler the Creator, rapping in extremely different lights. Freddie touches on dark topics like his involvement in the drug game and crime, while Tyler raps about his newfound superstardom and wealth, also detailing the path he took to his position in the industry. While this is the duo's first official collaboration, Freddie and Tyler do have a history together. Freddie appeared in Tyler's 2014 Lord of Squad parody sketch Storage Wars as a guest amongst the usual Odd Future crew. Yep, that was a very funny skit. Freddie, as you can probably guess, dressed up as a gangster, and he bitch slapped, or it was either gangster or pimp, and he pimp slapped like the entire Lord of Squad. It's a really fun skit, you should look it up. Tyler's second studio album, Goblin, released in May 2011, now acts as an old alter ego for Okonma, one which he has since buried as a result of the gory and homophobic lyrics of that era. The record had profoundly negative impacts on the Odd Future four-man's career, as he faced difficulty performing abroad in places such as Australia due to the grievances aired by the collective Shout group. In interviews since Goblin's release, Tyler has denounced the album, calling it horrible. Recently, actually, Tyler has been, well, recently, but like a couple of weeks ago at this point, but Tyler was getting dragged a lot on Twitter for his old tweets. And let me just tell you, some of these tweets, like, a lot of people have saying, like, some of the biggest Tyler fans have been exposed to stuff that they've never even seen before. So a lot of dirty old tweets have been uncovered from Tyler's, like, you know, this phrase in his career, his Goblin era, which, yeah, it's, you know, I hate to be the guy, you know, I hate to have my past be brought up in that certain way, but, you know, a lot of the stuff was pretty bad, obviously, and I think a lot of people's problem with it is Tyler really hasn't had a, I guess, response to all of that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, I guess in other interviews he has denounced Goblin, the album, but like, I don't know if there's been an interview where he specifically, you know, denounces all of the fuck everything attitude he's had in his earlier years. But obviously nowadays Tyler is a completely different person to what he was during this time. So I guess it really just depends on if Tyler, you know, ever really hams in on this past self, but I don't think Tyler really has to right now. I mean, it already feels like this Twitter drama is kind of started to fade out at this point, and it's not like Tyler's been canceled before. I mean, if you look at Call Me If You Get Lost, he even mentions it in Manifesto, I think. And he's done a lot of good recently, so I guess it just depends on the person, on whoever is offended by his past tweets. You know, you're able to not accept Tyler if you don't want to. That's up to you. But yeah, it's a it's a doozy. It's definitely a doozy. He's definitely said a lot of wild shit, but he's definitely had a wild change since. So I guess it's just up to you. Anyway, enough about Tyler. We're gonna talk about Freddie Gibbs, a guy who's definitely a good person and has never done any wrongdoing in his life. Next track though, Baby Shit. The world is uncivilized.
James Brown.
Yo, never fuck with a nigga that don't get girls.
Okay, I'm sorry, Freddie.
Get your paper, bitch. Rabbit potty training every morning. Home niggas play the Lakers, bitch. We don't do no posting, no name tagging.
Fucking Lakers.
Got it up in cocaine and got my name.
Cocaine.
Get that white and I beat it up like a mic. Jump a broke man, a nigga can't be like Mike.
Mike ain't dead.
Let me be from the bike.
Okay, shout out to Doja.
Get this shit, go get your paper, bitch.
I'm trying to get my paper.
40 millimeter on the timepiece. take a whole bunch and get my most remind me of a bitch I used to fuck when I was broke, when my shit looked like some flashing light. Presidential, I flooded that bitch with a cat, let me be from the bike. I be right by, and every morning, hoe, I'm cooking dope and cleaning.
Baby shit. Suck a baby dick, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Mama is looking for a fix.
Yeesh.
Makes me happy.
Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Yeah. Yeah, cold-blooded. That's another way to describe this album so far. That's another way to describe Freddie Gibbs. Cold fucking blooded.
Yeah. Can't try.
Next track, one of the best beats off the album, I'm telling you. Babies and Fools featuring Conway the Machine. All of me. My first love was football from playing that Madden shit. My second love was hard drugs, weed in this rap and shit.
I might die twice if I look down and see my mom and
All of me.
but I ain't gonna never.
What's up?
I know the Lord watch over
Babies and fools, to put my babies to school. Hey, hey, hey.
She cussed me out in long ass text, but I ain't reading them shit. She wanted never had.
All of me. Step back.
For bitches and search. Bitch, I deserve a trillion.
I deserve a fucking trillion. All of me.
Nigga, I gave the street.
All of falling back. What's up?
My first love was writing verses.
What's good, Conway?
Got the matte, black Mac. That's the match to Katie Street.
All of me.
Nigga, I gave the street.
Oh.
I'm on the road just hustling and shit.
Hey.
My baby mama cut me off. Like at least FaceTime. Your baby don't see your ass enough. Plus round being the dad enough. I owe my kids.
All of me.
Attack, air out your corner. If I miss, then we circling back. Eastside, Buffalo shit. That's a fact, nigga.
Hey, that little sax? Little sax? Yeah, I know the beat isn't super, it isn't super complex, it isn't super, you know, crazy with the alchemist, but it just works so well here. It's just so laid back, it's so lo-fi-ish, it's just like, it's so simple. It's just so simple. And like, I love the complicated, crazy alchemist beats too, don't get me wrong, but I just love how this beat, it just connects with what Freddie and Conway do here. It's just like, of course, Freddie's, you know, talking about his tour life, his pussy life, his baby mama life. Of course, Conway talks about how he's not really the greatest father, but you know, they'll try their best to hopefully make up for it, but you know, the lifestyle gets up to them sometimes. per the course of these guys, but they also talk about how much they've contributed to the street life, the drug trade life, all that kind of stuff. So it's another reflective-ish track, but also kind of feeling like they should start some form of redemption on their mistakes, their flaws. That's what I try to get out of it, you know. Try to put in some kind of positive life when talking about fucking a bitch by the pool, even though you can't swim. I don't know. I just love this beat. It's just so laid back and it's always puts me in a good mood. Always puts me in a good mood. Yeah. Griselda. Apparently the sample is All of Me by Bruce Hibbard. Maybe I gotta look into that. Yeah. Oh my god, this beat is just so good. A lot of the beats have been really good on here. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. This one sticks with me for a while. I just fucking love it. I love this album. Next track, second to last track, Skinny Suge. Hey, yo! Young Cocaine!
If he come back and kill me, I know this shit was business, man. I never put down the crack bet on myself like I went back to the future with others. Ain't got the dough for that. She lost and set me back, man. Uncle died off of overdose. And the fucked up part about that is I know what's up to get locked up. She might just fuck on the homies. Most niggas dead. Cause I was living by the code, nigga.
Holy. A track that has some very serious topics about his uncle died of an overdose, is also the uncle that's heard in a couple of tracks, you know, one from Bandana, one from Pinata, two very great Freddie Gibbs albums, and, you know, talking about, you know, loss of family members. He's saying here on this Genius annotation that it was, like, super difficult to write about, and how therapeutic it was, you know. Hey, that's good for him. Very much still showcasing a bunch of the very mob aesthetics in this track. Obviously referencing Suge Knight, the very a very infamous person in the music business, as well as even saying, you know, referencing the phrase "it's just business, man." You know, him and his Godfather references. Common ideology from the Corleone family is it's not personal, it is strictly business. This is significant as it is one of many Godfather references throughout the album, not to mention the clear borrowed imagery in the album cover art. Although popularized by Coppola, Otto Berman is the man who coined the term "nothing personal, it's just business." As an accountant for the mob in the 1930s, he used the phrase regularly as he laid out the situation to those who came before him. Holy shit. With all these expenses and no substantial income yet from rapping, Freddie is selling crack just to be able to continue making music and putting on shows. This is also a callback to the earlier line about betting on himself, since he's putting his drug money into music just to try to make it. Ain't that crazy though? Ain't that crazy doing all this shit just to get yourself into a position where you can make a living in the music industry? I know, like, the music industry isn't really the super secure industry to, you know, dabble yourself into, but, you know, when you have a passion or want and need to be successful in this industry, you kind of just do whatever you can to be, you know, to be able to have a footing in this place. You know, I'm not saying that you should sell drugs to be a musician. It's just that, you know, people who have a, you know, set goal will try to do anything to make sure that, you know, that goal is even achievable or even possible. Some people have huge extremes like selling drugs. Some might be like working 3 minimum wage jobs. You know, a lot of this can be also correlate to stuff like the wrestling industry. Griselda, you know, they mentioned the wrestling a bit in their raps, but anyway, very serious track. I see the vision with this track. Another Freddie Gibbs introspective type of track. All right, let's see how Freddie ends off this wonderful 2020 album with All Glass.
Yeah. Stepping on that shit, slapping on that. Yeah. Money hit it rabbit, I drop a package, my youngest down to station 5. They hold you for
A PlayStation 5 in 2020? Holy.
Look at
this guy. Look at this guy.
He was leaking, but is he dead or not? Follow my nuts drop. First I got money, and then power. What's up,
Bitch.
Ain't never seen a Sunday service.
Oh, you will, buddy. Oh, you will.
Shout out Troy Maserati, I know that nigga nervous. The whole like Andre 3000 ain't fuck with Carolina. Undercover. Ball till I fall, never pass the ball with my ball ass. Out on the table, and it was all glass. All
Hey.
glass, all
Hey.
glass.
What a way to end off your album with a Breaking Bad reference. Or, well, I guess sample, I guess. I don't know what you really call it, but yeah, that's how you end it. That's how you end it, especially when you're talking about your coke raps and your fucking crime-paying raps, you know, all of that shit. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. My coca do the Tina Turner. Devotion to the mystic law of the Lotus Sutra. Glory to the Dharma of the Lotus Sutra. It is a saying in all forms of Nichiren Buddhism, which focuses on the Lotus Sutra, which teaches that everyone has a Buddha nature and will be able to achieve enlightenment in this life. In this lyric, it's just another allusion to spiritualism that also works with the music. Yeah, another thing that really is, that I haven't really mentioned throughout this album is definitely references to, you know, religion, spiritualism. Freddie does mention it a lot, especially with, you know, his, whichever religion that is. He, you know, he hasn't really, he's not the best at it. He's not the most faithful towards his religion, and I guess that's also just adding to the flaws of the man he is, and that's okay. That's just okay. But yes, definitely a lot of this mentioned here, as well as other future Freddie projects, and, you know, trying to achieve this sort of enlightenment or spiritualism in his life ahead. You know, maybe as his age goes on, as he gets older, he maybe gets more closer to achieving this type of stuff. You know, you flow up into the mountains with a flute. Shot these kids on her face, gave your wifey a baby shower. Holy. This line references Outkast's classic single Roses, in which Andre 3000 can't get with Caroline because he doesn't want a woman simply for her beauty. Shout out Outkast. Outkast, you know, recently got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and, you know, got a lot of performances from Tyler the Creator, Killer Mike, those kinds of people. Yeah, it was a really fun, deserved introduction. I know when it comes to Outkast, you don't really think of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I think there's a lot of non-rockers in that Hall of Fame at this point, so it's kind of just like, I don't know the criteria of making the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All I know is that Outkast was definitely just inducted into it, and they did have a whole little celebration, like having a fun time with it. A lot of legendary people were there in attendance and also performed, so good on them. Good on Outkast. Anytime they get recognition for their legendary output, I will always be on board. Ball till I fall, never pass the ball with my bald ass. Another reference to Michael Jordan, see the line in 1985. Gibbs starts and ends the Alfredo project with Jordan comparisons. He does root for the Bears. I don't know if he roots for the Bulls, but he does have some Chicago roots. Maybe this is influence from Jay-Z, or maybe Gibbs was quarantined and binge-watched The Last Dance. Hey, that could be possible. Similar to Jordan, Gibbs is a veteran of the game that is known for his greatness, therefore you expect him to score. Plus, he is bald. If you need that, he does, does look a little bald. Freddiegibbs. Yeah, and for the Walter White little sample there, and there we go. We have had it. That is the 2020 album Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs, The Alchemist, and yeah, one of the best albums of 2020 that I have heard so far. I have not started the 2020 ramble yet, but when it comes to great albums from this year specifically, this album like almost instantly comes to mind. Track after track after track after either insane Alchemist production, insane Freddie Gibbs performances, or a combination of both, you will at least get some form of the three in this album. Whether it be the great guitar lines or the ethereal lo-fi beats coming from The Alchemist, or Freddie, switching it up, saying some humorous lines, saying some even serious heartfelt lines, saying some fucking visceral lines about threatening to shoot you and cut you up and, ruin your coke. There's a lot here that encapsulates that Freddie Gibbs, output. I do like Freddie Gibbs's ability to weave in the films that he references throughout the album. Like, of course, you have The Godfather, you have the other Godfather, blaxploitation film, all that kind of stuff. A lot of mafia inspired, a lot of mob boss aesthetics that are throughout this album, whereas like say in Alfredo 2, it's very, Japanese crime fighting, samurai inspired. So I do like his way to weave in certain references throughout, films and film settings to help create the world building within the album. Because obviously it'd be weird if Freddie Gibbs would just go on a couple of tracks and rap about pasta for half an hour. Shit, for all we know, he could do that. He might do that in Alfredo 3, and we will all love it if it's the same quality. It's just a really great batch of 10 tracks. It's very short. Well, it's not very short. It's a breeze. It's a breeze to go through, especially if you like this sort of music from the both of them. You love it. You love it. It's just something you just have to experience full forward. And like Freddie Gibbs just tells it how it is, tells it in the way he does it. It's just really impressive. I don't know how to just say it. It's just that you just gotta experience it for yourself and just be impressed about how technical and hard hitting some of this stuff is. And plus, dude, all of the features here, all of the features were great. Of course, it's just almost half of the track list has a feature, which is fine. And if you're gonna have a very tight-knit feature list, hopefully all of them play their part, and all of them do. All of them, whether it be talking about them flexing their lavish lifestyle, or talking about trying to be a better person, despite their flaws, or just straight up threatening you with mob shit. Yeah, a lot of them play their part well into this album, and it helps break up between the, usual Freddie Gibbs consistency. And that's not to say like Freddie Gibbs can't hold an album on his own. It's just that, it does give a bit of variety in a way. Wow, what a album. What an album. I know I've had a little conversation about whether I like Alfredo 1 or Alfredo 2, and honestly, it's a really difficult choice. because I really love Alfredo 1, and as you can tell, if I have the vinyl, I most likely really love Alfredo 2. It really goes hand in hand. I probably need to look further into it before I just spew out a hot take like that, but I mean, I love both of them. I love both of them. I know I have to, I know it sucks to have a cop-out answer like that, but these two really go so well together. It's like, I really do think that Alfredo 2 matches, or dare I say even exceed, if I feel like it someday eventually, the first. And it's really hard because like I mentioned in the Alfredo 2 video that a lot of rap albums, it's really hard to have a sequel that really matches the original. Media in general, it's hard to meet or even exceed the original. I think Alfredo 2 definitely, at the very least, meets the level of quality that Alfredo 1 dropped 5 years ago. And I did also have a mention about like if I like The Alchemist better as a Gibbs collaborator, and I personally do, but shout out to Madlib, even though I really haven't mentioned him all that much throughout this video, even though I didn't really need to, considering that this is not his project. Shout out to Madlib. But shout out to Alchemist, you know, hopefully you still aren't too crazy on that AI stuff. You know, it's been a few months since I've mentioned that, but I don't know what you've been up to lately, but hopefully just chilling. Oh, okay, he's got an album with Arm & Hammer and Billy Woods and Lucid? Okay. You know what? Good for you. You've been very active recently. And good for freddiegibbs. Can't wait to see the next album you drop, man. Midnight in Hawaii 2. Why does this low-key look AI generated? I'm so sorry. Anyway, freddiegibbs. Very, very consistent man. Very, very consistent album output. I think that's all that I have to say right now. I think this is just a really top tier 2020 album so far. I think as someone who hasn't really dabbled into a lot of 2020 albums, if there is a good starting point, it'd definitely be something like Alfredo 1. But I would say we're just getting started, but we kind of have to rush a lot of stuff because it's already November, so I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the 2020 albums go. But with that being said, thank you for watching another freddiegibbs album reaction in the books. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Watch my other freddiegibbs related videos if you want to. Watch my non-freddiegibbs related videos if you want to. Yeah. I don't know what the next 2020 album is. Actually, I kind of do. I do have in mind, but I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of the 2020 albums I want to, considering how late it is into the year already. But hopefully you can expect the ramble soon, and hopefully it'll still be super condensed, considering that it'll probably take a while to edit. But who knows? Who knows? I might get a little less busier soon. I might have the same level of busyness. Who knows? But I'll try to get the videos I want to get out as soon as possible. And hopefully you subscribe and stay along for the ride, because as the uploads might slow, don't think that as me quitting YouTube, because we're definitely almost there to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So anything's possible. Don't expect me to stop anytime soon unless something drastic happens. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, you know, I already said all of that. And yeah, I'll see you next time when I drop another album reaction or whatnot. It's a lot of punch, pow. Do 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 do.